what's the difference between a $70 collar and a $200+ collar? There's a big difference. One, if you look at them side by side, and actually hold that thought. So the difference between a $70 collar and a $200+ collar, I think this one is about, this is a $2 collar, so this is $250, but, I'm sorry, not $250, about just under $300. Just under $300. And the single dog version would be about $235, $250. And then this one is a cheaper collar. I think this one ran $70. If you look at them right away, like at least for me, you can see the difference in quality. I believe this one looks like a kid's toy, whereas this one looks like it's legit, right? So there's definitely a big difference in quality in the remotes. And let's take a look at our boxes. Okay, so these are the boxes, right? So this is what the dog goes on the dog's neck. Again, if we look at the quality here, right away, we can see kind of a bit of a difference. This one, again, for me, looks like a toy. Look at that. This one, I actually don't even know how this turns off. Like, this has been on for like literally a year. So kudos on that battery, I'll give it that. But yeah, it definitely looks a lot more professional. So those were the collars up close. I've actually felt, I know these collars feel like I use them. I always set an example for on myself when I do my consultations. But I actually felt this one as well, and there is a big difference. I'll tell you, this is a very big difference. So this collar, whether it's a Dogtra or a Mini Educator, and there's a couple other brands, this is just a TENS unit, a miniaturized TENS unit. Okay, if you don't know what TENS unit is, Google TENS therapy, T-E-N-S therapy. It's a muscle contraction therapy. One of my clients actually, or former clients, gets that muscle contraction. I can't talk today. Muscle contraction therapy on her upper back, and it helps to break up scar tissue. Right, so it just causes the muscle to kind of twitch. This, however, when I felt it, was not a muscle contraction. This was actually more along the lines of what I would call a shock. Okay, I remember because I got this from a client because they wanted to use this for training, and then when I looked at it, like one, the quality of it, I was like, I don't know. But two, I was like, let me see what it feels like. I put it in my hand like I always do. I asked the guy to show me. He showed me, and on 20, this goes to I believe 100. On 20, this thing made my hand shoot up. Okay, this on 20, I can barely feel. So the difference is, and the other thing was that I could feel, like for 15 minutes afterwards, a residual kind of current. Like my hand was just tingling for like 15 minutes, and I was like kept having to go like this. With this collar, once it's done, it's done. There's no residual tingling or anything like that because it's not electricity. It's just a muscle contraction, right? So we also have that. The other thing is, was that a glare? I'm sorry, I saw a light there. The other thing is, I had a woman who had this collar, and she had been through within 1 year 4 of these collars because they kept just dying out on her, and she was paying $70. So she paid $280 for 4 generic electronic collars. That's more than one of these. These will last you for years and years. I've had mine since I bought mine when I started training my guys, I think 4 years now. I've had the same 2 collars. I've had the same 2 collars because one of them's a 2-dog system and the other one's a single dog system. One for my Pit Bull and then one for my Chihuahua and my Chow Mix. And I've had those for about 4 years now. No problems. And if the battery dies, I just contact the company. I can send it in to get fixed, or they'll send me a new battery, no problem. So definitely worth the investment. If you're going to get an electronic collar, do buy one that is professional quality. Otherwise, the other thing is if this collar dies, you don't want it to die out when you need it. I want to make sure that when I have a collar, I can trust it, that it's going to work when I need it to, and that it's effective, and that the dog won't freak out about. Because with that shock one, it was not. I was like, I'm not going to use that collar. That's just terrible quality. So that is the difference between low-end and high-end electronic collars. One, quality of the product itself. Two, the cheaper ones tend to not last very long, so you may find yourself buying multiple ones over the course of a year. And then three, the sensation. Cheaper brands, to me, feel like a shock, whereas the more expensive brands feel like a muscle contraction and is not an actual current running through your dog's body.